Attention. This video is a record of a live stream held at twitch.tv/Corvid_communications. If you want to actively participate in chat or otherwise interact, please follow us on Twitch, and follow us on other social media sites as well. Please enjoy the following content.
He's over here. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Corvid Communications Executive Stream. As always, I am your host, Calvin Cawthorn, CEO of Corvid Communications Incorporated. So, Hi, Meldeborn. I think I pronounced that right. Thank you for the daily sacrifice. And welcome in. And just kind of to go over a few things before we begin. One item of news is the fact that, well, my little text-to-speech bird, Ulti, is now back in operation. So, that if you look, that redeem is for 300 channel points, so I make it relatively inexpensive to do. And you can make him say, you know, whatever you want as long as it's within chat rules. Dad VA, welcome in. How are you? Thank you for the daily sacrifice. As I was saying, my text-to-speech bird is now working again. I don't know why, but BikuBot, the program that... Yes, you are here. Yes, BikuBot had an update last week. I want to say it was around Thursday or Friday, and for some reason, my text-to-speech wasn't working with it because for some reason it was causing issues with OBS's WebSocket software. So I have that all sorted out, so the text-to-speech redeems are working again, as is the Corvid Crunchies redeem, because that also wasn't working while that was going on because it also goes through BikuBot. So I'm happy to say all of that is now working. It was actually very upsetting to me to have redeems that straight up just did not work. It was frustrating to me. Yes. So, what else was it? Oh, yes. I have another... You know, it had actually been a while since I had done some of my side videos. For those of you who don't know, I do, in my non-streaming time, I make some side content wherein I review games I've played on stream, and I sometimes make cooking videos, but I had kind of strayed from that just because, well, life had been kind of getting busy for me, so I didn't really have the time, and dude, Royce! Yes! Handsome Birdman! Oh, thank you. Okay. Thank you for the bits, Dad VA. All right. Okay, my train of thought was complete. Yes. Where was I? Yes. Honey Grimoire, another streamer I follow. Speaking of, I'm going to shout her out real fast, just because she is the reason why I have a cooking video coming out here soon. So... yeah, basically, she was watching a thing about cosmic brownies, and I tend to post food-related things on her Discord server, and she was like, would it be possible for you to make cosmic brownies? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. That bear is who I am scared. You know what? Fearing bears is, generally speaking, a pretty wise thing to do. And what else was there? Oh, that's right. For now, on both my Discord server and various socials, I'm just going to post for the Discord server real fast. Sorry for the shameless self-promotion. But Oh, okay. So you're not afraid of bears. You are worried about the cosmic sun bear. Understandable. But yes, as I was saying, I have the unfinished business poll going on. For those of you who don't know, that is where I have a poll. That is a poll that I have where people can basically vote on a game that I have previously played on stream that I want to return to. So that's going to be running all of this week. So, you know, if you don't want to join the Discord, it's on Twitter, it's on Blue Sky, it's on YouTube, it's on Tumblr even. But yeah, it's on various sites. I add up all the results because it's just a straight up whichever one gets the most votes wins. Baby Cawthorn, do not press the buttons on the back of Daddy's monitor. Sneaky little guy. But I actually have been home from work today because this morning I was not feeling good. I was running a minor fever and I had a killer headache, as well as a sore throat. Thankfully, it seems like they've kind of gone away. Thankfully. Was there anything else? My brain, my train of thought has completely derailed. I don't know where I was. Oh, that's right. This Friday, we are playing Buckshot Roulette, a game I have seen played. I've never actually played it myself, so we'll see how that goes. And I think that is everything. Although, come to think of it, I do have a couple of other things I need to make side content-wise soon, because I have a couple of games that I've been meaning to make a review for a while for. I'm not going to spoil what they are, though. You'll just have to wait and see. But let's go ahead and get to the... Kevin Manjaro, welcome in. Thank you for the daily sacrifice. We're going to get to the game. So, for those of you who are new to this and may not be aware of Sunless Sea as a game, it is a game that takes place in the Fallen London universe. So, it's a place where stuff happens. And I'm making sure to buy fuel. Hopefully, we don't die. Last we played, we stopped at the Iron Republic. We were trying to find the Corsair's forest. Oh, and I remember what someone told me before. Don't have the light on, burns through your fuel. So, this is a game where you're playing on a steamboat on a place on the shores of a great underground ocean known as the Untersee. It sounds very German with the way they spell it, but that is what it is. The plot of this game is involved with the fact that, what is it? Yes, London was basically stolen by bats during the Victorian era. And because of that, there's all sorts of supernatural shenanigans taking place here. Basically nothing works the way it's supposed to. The utter shroom. It is an utter shroom indeed. Alright. Climb the fungal fiber ladders to its summit. Shaggy, suspicious villagers scratch a living here, amidst the endless clouds of spores and scurrying mobs of plant-animal hybrids. None of them ever leave. Monsters, one explained darkly. Z full of monsters. Alright, let's gather some intelligence, cause port reports are something I can get to get money. What happens here on top of a mushroom the size of Marlborough? The villagers live a shabby but sufficient life. The utter shroom provides. They are secretive, taciturn, incurious. Ships rarely visit. Visit the village. Hospitable, Not exactly, but they usually don't chase you off with sticks, and they usually let you sit beside their mildew-smelling fire. Ugh, that doesn't sound pleasant. The central contradiction of Shroomer existence. They hate the Utter Shroom. They do anything to avoid leaving. Monsters. Today, they're telling the story of how they came here. It features a shipwreck, a rain of orange jewels, the Mother's blessing. There's a great deal about adversity and survival, and wistful hints about their homeland, somewhere to the west. Encourage your Blemmigan Gallivanter to explore. So Blemmigans are like mushroom people, I'm pretty sure. Your ever-pleasant Blemmigan is for once nowhere to be seen. The engine room is quiet. Your maps are exactly as you left them. Not one is defaced or crumpled into a ball. Finally, you spot the tip of a tendril poking out from under a pile of unwashed clothing. Your Blemmigan indicates that under no circumstances whatsoever will it be emerging. What could be so bad about the Utter Shroom? Did the other mushrooms bully it? You don't know. And we'll never find out. So, believe it or not, in-game there's actually an explanation for, well, not necessarily in this game, but in the deeper Fallen London lore, there is an explanation for why everything in this setting is so odd. Like, why things are just so crazy and don't necessarily always make sense. And the reason for that is because of... So, the stars in the Fallen London universe are known as judgments. And the light of a judgment basically determines what is and is not. So, because this place has no sunlight going into it, that is why everything is so wonky. It's because the laws of physics have gone to seed because the gods of this universe don't have any influence here. It's very, very interesting. It's very much a cosmic horror story, and it is also partially why I kind of fell in love with the setting, because it is interesting. Speaking of, I am not at all sponsored by Failbear Games, but I believe they actually are turning the Fallen London universe into a TTRPG, which might be a really interesting thing to investigate further. But you can do that on your own time. Wait, what's this? Bonnie Reefs. I'm trying to find the Corsair's Forest. Where the hell is it? Oh, right. So yeah, that is kind of the explanation for why everything in this setting, known as the Neath, is so just odd. Saints Haven. Pigmote Isle. There's no habitation in sight, no market, only an old rotting dock. A stretch of sand thickens into damp black earth from which sprout stunted palms? Not quite. Tall fungal growths with frond-like caps, as if someone had sculpted the idea of a tree from the mountain. Disembark, see what awaits you. War? As you step on the quay, you hear clamor, shouts, and shooting. You can see off in the distance smoke rising from beyond the hill, the dots of fire flecking the horizon. Two tiny figures stand a little further down the quay, unmoving as if awaiting your approach. The following is an extract from the popular Diary of a Z Captain from London to Irem, and what did there before we arrived. Washed ashore on Mutton Island, and subsequently serialized in the Unexpurgated Gazette. The author's identity remains unknown. The Tale of Pigmote Isle. In which a delegation is made, a choice is presented, war is declared, a most singular treasure sought by all, and a new empire is founded with tooth and claw. Chapter 1. The Delegation. The figures were rodents. To my left was a Ratus Faber, wearing goggles, a blacksmith's apron, and an assortment of tools. To my right, an unusually large guinea pig, wearing a helmet and breastplate reminiscent of nothing so much as the High Middle Ages. The rat stepped forward first and bowed.
Welcome, Captain, to Rat Star Island. I am Edgar, second chief engineer of the 3rd Rat Brigade, and I invite you to avail yourself of food and fuel at our expense. The only cost to you is a choice.
The rat stepped back. At precisely the same moment, with what appeared to be the ease of long habit, the guinea pig scuttled forward and made a declamatory chirp.
Welcome, Captain, to the Isle of Cavia. I am Lady Augusta Devereaux, Swinch of Blackwater Swinches, Senchal to the King Grace Nor, first of his name. I invite you to avail yourself of food and fuel at our expense. The only cost to you is a choice.
The two stood at attention, looking at me expectantly. I spoke to the chief engineer. His eyes had a wave-cold glint to them, and he wore his scars like jewels. A rat in the making. I asked the chief engineer to elaborate. He looked at me for a long, measured moment before speaking gruffly.
We came to this island to make a home for ourselves away from London and its cats and snuffers. Its ratskin suits. We came to live as citizens of our own republic. We came with our tools, our teeth, our clever hands, and we made a beautiful city by the light of the rat star that shone bright and blue on our Ararat.
The chief engineer nodded towards the distant hill.
On the day we bribed the debts of the chicken woods, and from the top of Mount Ararat, we plucked the rat star to be our light, our bacon. But the pigs of Cavey saw the light, and they lusted for it. They sent armies to rule us and steal our star. We will not prevent them to take what is ours. We will resist to our last breath. Will you join us in defeating them?
I had heard enough. I was ready to make my choice. I sighed with the chief engineer. He seems grumpy but honest. Also, I knew all too well what rat-made weapons can do. A friend to rats, I extend a finger to the chief engineer, who shook it grimly. The Senchal hissed and chattered her teeth in disgust, but kept her distance.
You made the right choice,
said the chief engineer.
Let me show you around.
You've gained one fuel. You've gained one supplies. An occurrence, your memoirs. A rat in the making quality is now one. You chose to help the rats. The chief engineer led me to the northern side of the island, skirting the chicken woods. We passed through a number of what can only be termed checkpoints, as fierce-sized rats shouldered their derringers and saluted the chief engineer. Soon we came upon a small colony, smaller than some of the infestations I had encountered in London flats. Perhaps only 50 Ratus Faber altogether, working diligently to fortify their side of the island. The first thing I noticed was a brilliant light, beaming out from a stump of chicken wood about 6 feet high. It bathed the whole settlement in a clean blue glow, and was almost too bright to look at. By its light, I could see several raised mountains of earth, suggesting shallow tunnels. An efficient fishing operation was set up by the water, an albino rat mending nets, while others stabbed sharpened sticks into the waves. Okay, I'm guessing that's spearfishing. Further inland was a barracks where the sergeant barked drills at the smaller squadron of fighters. My arrival drew attention, and several rats paused in their work to look at me curiously.
Welcome to Marinia,
said the chief engineer, voice warm with pride. Pride?
There's not much to look at now, but it will be once we've rousted the cavies. Take a stroll around while I summon the war council.
I visit the rat barracks. The drill sergeant appeared to be sizing me up. Were the few rats around here really all she had to launch an attack? We were fighting impressive odds. I approached the drill sergeant, and we went as far as to salute her, which earned me a grunt of satisfaction. Hi, bud. The sergeant dismissed her troops and offered me a bit of chickenwood jerky to gnaw. So it's a building material and it's a food. Actually, given the fallen London environment, that very well could be a tree made of chicken. Infinite meat glitch.
There's more of us below ground, she explained, but not enough. The cavers are bigger and there's more of them. We're better with weapons, but haven't got the stuff to make them with. Most of us came here stowaways and brought nothing but food, tools, and the fur on our backs. We can fish, and we nibble the chicken woods, but we can't make guns out of trees. The cavies came with their own steamer and seem to have an endless supplies. We ride them sometimes, but there's so few of us we can never hold a territory gained for long. But that's of no consequence. All we want is to be left in peace to build our republic and the Red Star.
She added thoughtfully, after the moment, of course, we want that too.
Aye.
Chief Engineer already read that. An excitable-looking rat was peering at it through the smoky goggles, twitching her whiskers and making notes on what appeared to be real paper. Blue as a sapphire, but endlessly more brilliant.
It's not a star, of course.
Not really, but try explaining that to others. The chief engineer doesn't want me working too hard to convince them. Doesn't want me work... Says this is better for morale. But just look at it, look! She offered me her goggles. I managed to work them over just enough of one of my eyes to see the truth of what she was studying. It was scintillac, but unlike any I'd seen before. Blue as a sapphire, but more brilliant. Something about the clarity of its color was tremendously soothing. The chief science officer tittered with pleasure as I handed her goggles back.
Those of us who've been to the cavey side of the island and lived to tell of it say there's plenty of glow there, plenty of bright in the water all around, but nothing like this. We took this from the island's center, Mount Ararat. Only it's not a mountain, of course, any more than this is a star. It's hollow. There's sweet water inside, and coral crawling all up the walls of it, but nothing that glows save this. It's ours now, and no one can take it from us.
I headed down to the beach. I finished my exploration. Hi, bud. Let's see. Iron quality, 57, 46. We're gonna go with the one that's better. I had a ship. I had cannons. We would steer her to the southern side of the island and have at those uppity animals. A palpable hit. The rats gave me what information they possessed about the cavey settlement, but I still had to improvise a great deal on the spot. A perfect storm of speed and stealth. And strength in arms favored us, our cannons letting fly a volley of shot onto the beach before the cavies could scramble onto their ground ship to man its guns. Screams and squeals filled the air. The enemy fled. A damp hush settled over my crew as the smoke cleared to reveal the torn, bloodied bodies of guinea pigs littering the shore. A grim business, but I had honored my commitment to the rats, and found a wealth of scintillac ringing the beach to harvest as spoils. Let's see. Pigmote Isles might quality is now 5. Pigmote Isle civilization quality is now 4. The spirit quality is conflicted. I now have 3 scintillac, which is valuable, and I now have a parabola linen. Invited one of the Ratus Faber to join us. After all, what's a ship without a few rats? The chief engineer couldn't leave his colony, but he relayed my requests to his people. The albino rat I saw mending nets shyly stepped forward.
I'm good at fixing things, he said earnestly, and I'd like to see more of the world.
I waited for him to gather up some effects and say goodbye to his family before accompanying him on board. I intercede on behalf of the cavies. I appealed to the chief engineer's moral fortitude and sense of fair play. Perhaps the cavies suffered the loss of the light from the center of the island. Perhaps they were only trying to get it back, not steal it from the rats. The chief engineer looked troubled, but shook his head. You fought one battle, Captain.
We fought 100 against them. They're monsters, pure and simple, and the sooner we're rid of them, the better.
Rid of them? I saw by the light of the scintillac a dozen rats using steam pinnacle supplies to build something that looked remarkably like a sausage machine. Oh, intriguing. The wide dark Z beckons. You now have one of this, a port report Pigmote Island. Your hunger quality is gone. A new nation has been founded. All right. Let's continue onward, shall we? Now that I've read nearly a entire book chapter's worth of text. To be fair, that is most of what this game is. It's basically a choose your own adventure with some gameplay behind it. Because a lot of the... Hey, boss. Not going to be able to stay for long. Taking a break from fixing the greenhouse. Oh, that is no problem, White Wolf of Rivia. I completely understand. But hey, how are you doing? I hope things are going well.
What am I?
Western Angler Crab. Oh no. Lots of,
What am I?
unfriendly things nearby. Oh no, it saw me, it saw me. Shoot, we're not gonna... How do I... That's how. That is how. Well, barely managed to escape that with our luck. Bye. Dang it. Well, that's not good. We are not doing well, and I still ain't found the damned forest I'm supposed to go to. Corsair's Force, where the heck is it? I have looked everywhere for this. Pretty good. Bit tired having a metaphorical fight with the greenhouse. Understandable. Like, sometimes fixing things, especially if you're not entirely sure what's wrong, it is an absolute pain sometimes.
We have bed.
Where is the Corsair's Forest? I need the Corsair's Forest.
Pieces of cheese,
Glitterstone Isle.
I?
Oh wait, I think I've been here before. Yes, I have. I'm invisible to this thing. Gonna guess it's this northwest thing here. It's like all that's left. But yeah, sometimes fixing stuff is just... A chunk of grit baked in your ship's biscuit. You crack a tooth and curse. Your crew chuckle, but when the object turns out to be a diamond, small and badly flawed, but a diamond nevertheless, they all hush. Diamonds are sacred to stone, one says. Give it to the Z, Captain. It'll be luck for us. Do the careful thing. Zailers pray to stone when they want home, hearth, and healing. She's the kind of god you'd want on your side. Alright. On the bright side, the ranch cat and the resident crow is keeping me company. Oh, I didn't know you had a resident crow. That's cool. You know something of the gods of the Z. It's gotta be over here or something. Boreal Reach. Oh. Yeah, it's cool that the place you work has a resident crow. Crows are always good company. I'm gonna get killed by bats, ain't I? I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. Uh-oh. Your ship founders. There are screams, a flood of dark water, the unforgettable sound of a ship's spine breaking. Slip beneath the waves. Perhaps you'll be remembered in song. No more sleep. Your first captain has died. Don't worry, these things happen. Explore boldly with your next captain. Choose a legacy to preserve something for your next captain. Yeah, and the crow made its home nearby and stopped by since I may or may not have been feeding it. Hey, crows remember faces, believe it or not, so they actually do consider you a friend. Oh yeah, if you're mean to crows, you will find yourself getting repeatedly attacked by crows. Alright. So, I usually choose this one just because retaining 50% of the pages value, which is the lore type thing, as well as the chart, is very handy. Are you sure you want to accept this legacy? Yes. Well, our first captain died. To bats. Choose a path. We're going back to a poet, because that means we get that guy back. And let's see, your father... Fulfillment. My lord. We're going to name him Calvin Cawthorn II. Isn't there a place in Japan where crows attack people? Is there? This is the first I'm hearing of it. Offer passage to tomb colonists. And let's get this going. But I didn't know that. I just know that because crows remember faces, they will start being friendly to you, or they will start being mean to you. If basically, crows will return whatever energy you give them. But yeah, let me know, actually, because this is the first time hearing about that. By the way, can y'all hear the audio okay? Can you hear me over the audio? Pirate Steam. How do I... There we go. Light off. All clear. Light on. Okay, we're getting back to Vanderbite. The first thing, for this game, it is a roguelike, so some things will reset with each playthrough. Whether or not the map does depends on what thing you choose afterward. But as I was saying, just the first thing will always be a take a passengers to vendor bite thing. You've brought this decaying immigrant north. Now what? Days of shrooms and roses. The new tomb colonist surveys Venderbite. If you want, I can post a video on Discord about the whole growth. Please do, actually. I'm curious now. Okay, bring 10 units of mushroom wine. Visit the first curator. We did this all yesterday. Listen to whispered requests. They want colors. And that should be everything. Oh, wait. I forgot to gather a poor report. I need that. I need that because that gives me money. I need money. Gather gossip. There we go. Tanachuk. That's a very interesting name for an island. Hornman Stag. Yeah, given there's a pirate all the way out here, I'm going to assume it's the Corsair's force can't be far away. It's gotta be close. It's just gotta be. And like two quest lines I'd been on had asked me to go there, so it's like gotta be nearby. It simply must be. Otherwise, why would there be a random pirate ship? Or not. Okay, guess we're going to, back to London. Shepherd's Wash, the salty hinterland of London. Home to hermits, nuns, and shadowy business. Shadowy business? Tell me more. Why can these bats just hit so hard? Gather up the corpses, because food. A sluggish wave, the ship pitches. Yeah, I hope everyone's having a good week so far. As I said, I'm getting over a little bit of sick. So I'm doing like, I'm not doing great, but I'm not doing terrible. Alright, let us dock here. Hunter's Keep. Port report. Present yourself at the house. Luncheon with sisters, Lucy. A daft tale. Lucy leans over and whispers to you confidently. A complex story about a butler, a pig, and an inheritance. You don't follow all the details of the plot, but somehow the pig ends up in an attic and the butler in a vicar's bed. Candles flicker. Dishes enter and leave. But the wind butts gently at the window panes. By the time the plum pudding arrives, you're as cheerful as you've been in months. You lose 4 terror. You gained 1 supplies. You now have gods of the sea, stones, attention. I actually find it really funny how, like, you don't have an option in this game to have been like an experienced sailor. So you're learning all about the sea from your crew, basically, how things work out here and their superstitions. And sometimes you could just be like, oh, preposterous superstition. Alright, dock here. Shops. Can I get, like, mushroom wine? I can. Do I have enough money to do so? No. Accept the dispensation. Because this is good money. And let's see. Admiralty Survey Office. Hunter's Keep. Vendorbyte. Ask if there's anything in particular they need. This port. Retrieve strategic information from the Iron and Misery Company funging station, somewhere not far from home waters. Okay, how much fuel do I have a lot of fuel. And what I need is... Let's see. Casks of mushroom wine. And I'm going to sell the advice for captains. Because I am an experienced Z captain. I need no help. Stack exchange. How many do I need? Journal. Let's see. Man of business. Admiralty's favor. Captain's lost. 1. Objective. Become London's most Admiralty captain. Bring wine to Vendorbyte. Okay. So I need to sell some more supplies. I don't like the fact that I'm doing that, but I will. Hopefully it's worth it. Hopefully it means I get money. Alright, we're going back to Vendorbyte. And also we'll see if we can visit the funging station, which is, I think, not far from here. Iron and Misery funging. Okay, so it's south of where we're going. So head to Vendorbyte first to deliver the thing, my bobber. Because we've been told to bring mushroom wine. Incidentally, can you get wine from mushrooms? That is a question I am wondering. Can one legitimately make wine from a mushroom? I know you can make meat from a lot of things. I know some people have made some from Dr. Pepper and Mountain Dew, respectively. I know this via TikTok, because it somehow came across my For You page. But still, it is a question worth asking. I better get a shit ton of money from this. Uh-oh. Ow. Why are you firing at me, Pirate Steam Pinnis? I hope I pronounced that correctly. Couldn't find it. I think Casual National... Oh, Casual Geographic or National Geographic mentioned? Oh, Casual Geographic, I'm guessing, is the name of a YouTuber, right? Yeah, I'll look that up a bit later, because that sounds interesting. Actually, White Wolf of Rivia, you may know this. I don't know if you do, but I feel like you would be the person to ask. Is it possible to make wine from mushrooms? I feel like no, because, like... 10 casts? No wonder I can't do it. Alright, Tomb Colony of Venderbite. Explore Venderbite. I now have one smooth and copper long box. Gather gossip. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't, because, like, I don't think mushrooms, like, ferment the same way, like, fruits and vegetables do. I could be wrong, but, like, I feel like mushrooms don't work that way. I may have to Google that later. Because I'm genuinely curious at this point. Avoid a boat. And if I keep my light off, he can't see me because I am invisible. Baby Cawthorn, do not mess with that. Oh, there's an ad break. Not quite. You can try, but it wouldn't be as strong due to mushrooms don't have the new That's what I thought. Like, that's exactly what I thought. I mean, it's like, mushrooms are, let's be real here, they're a fungus. So, like, they don't work the same way fruits and vegetables do. So I was like, I don't feel like that'd work. Okay, Hunter's Keep. Plus, it would probably take... You're definitely right about that. Sophie is a soft voice, watchful, unpredictable. I've gained 1 supplies. I've lost 5 terror. Ooh, a memory of distant shores. That's useful. Alright. Go. Also, we've got an ad break coming in about 5 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and apologize early for that. But yeah, I agree with you. I feel like mushroom wine would taste weird. Probably kind of earthy.
Yeah.
Baby Cawthorn agrees with that because he just went, yeah. Also, so you can, however, make wine out of honey. The Nords discovered this, thus created mead. Right, I knew about mead. I've also seen people make mead out of Dr. Pepper and Mountain Dew. I am intrigued with how that would taste. Alright, Admiralty Survey Office. Hunter's Keep. Venderbite. Shops. Oh, wait. London. Let's see. Accept a Blemmigan Gallivanter. Labyrinth of Tigers. Okay, so I need like 10 casks of wine for alcoholic dead people. That's not an exaggeration either. Okay, I got your 10 casks of mushroom wine, people. I hope you are happy. I even have 2 recipes on mead. One I call desert mead, and the other I call old world mead. Interesting. Okay, long box. Delivered to Depot A. Uh-oh. I have made mistake. The other I call old world mead. Just out of curiosity, what's the difference? Between the desert and the old world mead. Speaking of drinks, I'm going to get me one right now. Do 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 do. By the way, I sometimes have games and ambient track on my Spotify playlist. It never ceases to upset me that this game's soundtracks is not on. Why are there two now? Mouths to feed. Your crew groans with hunger. Encourage them. This isn't time for rousing speeches, but a quiet word here and there was... Okay. Desert mead is made with cactus honey, and old world mead is made with a combination of wildflower honey and blackberry. Interesting! That's cool! Alright, we're gonna dock at Venderbite and... Are you okay, bud? Alright. We're going to dock and then we're going to go on ad break temporarily. Provide what you have promised. Provide wine and join the celebration. Gained 5 terror, 2 lamentable relic. I've gained another long box. A tale of terror, devil bone dice. I lost a crew. Speaking of which, I have to go. My break is over. See you later, hopefully. Yeah, you too, White Wolf of Rivia. You have a good one. Alright. We are going to go on a intermission. And emotional health of its employees. In these next 3 videos, we will be going over how to handle all 3 aspects of your health. We will begin by going over what it means to be physically healthy. To begin, we must understand the purpose of the body. The body is the vessel for your consciousness. And in order for your consciousness to be happy, your body must be healthy and clean. At Corvid Communications, we expect you to be neat and clean each day. Your coworkers should not be able to smell the rancid odors that come from your disgusting bodily functions, whether that be the unpleasant odors of the body's flawed temperature regulation system, or the even more offensive odors of the body's waste disposal system. Here are some of the basic hygiene steps that must be followed in order to keep operations running smoothly. Bathing. Brushing your teeth. Using deodorant. Moisturizing your skin. Washing your hands. Wiping when using the restroom. Failure to follow these basic hygiene guidelines will result in disciplinary action. If you are following these guidelines exactly, and yet you find people are still unwilling to be in close proximity to you, perhaps consider the problem might be something else, and consult with your management team.
Perhaps we can elucidate the matter.
The human body requires food on a regular basis in order to continue performing basic bodily functions, in addition to any movements we make each and every day. As such, Corvid Communications provides employees with a 30-minute lunch each day. It is legally required for you to clock out during this time, but you are not permitted to leave the premises during this 30-minute window. Refusal to clock out or attempting to leave company property during the lunch break will result in disciplinary action. In addition to your mandated break, Corvid Communications provides free lunch to all employees to ensure that they are getting the correct nutrients to meet their body's physical needs. Eating the company-provided lunch is required.
Employees may not bring their own lunch in or any other outside food. The food outside the company is full of toxins and chemical ingredients that may be filling the body with unhealthy toxins such as unhealthy levels of sodium, cholesterol, glycerol, xanthan gum, preservatives, pyridoxine hydrochloride, glutamate, carbohydrates, fats,
dihydrogen monoxide.
Corvid Communications cannot monitor what you eat while you aren't here at work, but we feel it is in your best interests for us to control what you eat while you are here for your own good. In addition to the provided lunch, Corporate has provided water stations all throughout our facilities in order to prevent lawsuits due to any negligence on our part. Bringing outside drinks is not permitted, and using our water stations is required by company mandate.
We're just looking out for you, friend.
The intricate biological structures is
Okay. Looks like the ad break is over. And we are back. Let's see. Gather gossip. Got a port report at Vendorbyte, which is what we want. Hopefully we can get some supplies at Hunter's Reach. Mouths to feed. Your crew grows with hunger. Your crew needs provisions. You can tighten your belts, but bad things will begin to happen. This card will remain available as long as hunger is over 50. Don't let hunger reach 100. Consume a live specimen, drink soup, or feast. You will draw lots. You will not draw lots. You will pick one by hand. Well, I'd better reach Where's It soon. Because I'm going to have a problem if I don't. And it looks rapidly like a problem is what we will have. Sail, 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 sail. Come on, I just gotta reach. I just gotta reach. Uh-oh. Day by day, you all grow weaker. Each sip of fresh water is carefully rationed. Sailors squabble over scraps of leather. Each morning, bodies are found stiff and cold. Consign their bodies to the Z. The Z, too, is hungry. Feast on their remains. You are past the edge of desperation. They have died, you will live. I find cannibalism to be a very scary thing. You've lost one crew. Alright, Hunter's Keep. Luncheon with Sister Cynthia. Okay, we have one supply. And we may just barely make it to London alive. Also, White Wolf of Rivia, you have a good evening. I hope whatever the thing you're fixing goes over well. Alright, let's keep going. We're almost to London. We're nearly there. We're almost there. We're almost safe. And dock. London. Admiralty Survey Office. Vanderbilt. Let's see, what else is there? Shops. I can't buy more supplies, that's a bit of a problem. Is there anything I can sell? Like yards, Iron and Misery Company. I cannot do anything to help. Well, I put myself in a bind. How lovely. It was my own fault. Well, we're gonna die at sea. Again. Bad Stevener's Abyss. Alright, let's see how far we can go. Probably not very. I should not have tried. Light ship, purchase fuel, speak to crew. I have no recent news. Okay, so I'm gonna want to go to Demio Island. Oh, with a little luck, I may just be able to get some more on my chart. Wait, what's over here? Oh, it's the crab cake. We're nearly to Demio. Nearly. Just keep going, just keep going, just keep going, going. You are far from light or hope. Terror is increasing rapidly. We may just make it, friends. May being the operative word. There's Demio Island. Just need to make it to port. Iron and Misery Company Funking Station. Exactly where we want to go. It sounds pleasant. Alright, dock. Give a pass sign to the affable factor. Tea with the factor. We now have 1 supplies. We've been told of an exceptionally fine restaurant in Vanderbilt. We didn't get anything. Compile a port report. And we gained supplies. Good. Well, if we're careful, we may just make it out of this all alive. Hopefully we'll make it all out alive. But of course, I make no guarantees of that. Terror is increasing. The Z is wide and dark. Terror is increasing. We're going to gather one more port report. We'll get a lot of money. And we may just make it out of this all alive. May being the operative term here. Okay, let's dock on Mutton Island. See, explore the shore. Gained an echo. Chat with the fisherman. And nothing else we can do. So now we're just gonna need to get out of here alive. Probably gonna be the hardest part of this game. Alright, let us keep going. We're nearly out of here. Very nearly out of here. Whew, this is getting me a little bit concerned. I only have one fuel. There's only 43% fuel remaining in the barrel. And I have only one bucket of supplies and a hunger that is increasing rapidly. Looks like we may just make it out of this alive. The air trembles, a breath of change happens. Home waters, sailors dawdle at the rail, watching for the lights of London. Alright, dock. Collect messages from the harbor master. Someone wants to sign on. The blind bruiser attends to business at the dock. Let's see. Mount Palmerston and a few articles of cargo. London, Admiralty Survey Office. Co-Acres Haven. Gained one fuel, Demio Island. And strategic information. What's that? Indeed. I'll send you directly to speak to the Admiral himself. Pass on strategic information. The Admiral sits up, although he steeples his fingers and pretends calm. You've lost one strategic information. You've gained one favors, the Admiralty's favor. Let's see. That should be ask what he needs. Let's see. Retrieve strategic information from Port Cecil and the Principles of Coral, somewhere northeast of London. Go to Wolfstack Docks. Let's see. Shops. Now that I can actually afford fuel, I'm going to buy fuel. And supplies. 10 fuel, 5 supplies. It's not ideal, but it's something. Let's see. A passenger. Agree to carry the anxious university student to Hunter's Keep. Alright. Should be enough to get us going for a while, so we need to get to Mount Palmerston. And we need to get to some sort of location here. Field Haven, Shepherd's Isle, Abbey Rock, Labyrinth of Eels, Demio Island, Uttershroom. I think it was somewhere over here. Terror of the Z is less here. Alright, we're going to keep going. Okay, so that explains why the lights are here. Because with that, terror increases less, meaning that I can actually, like, keep my light off more, meaning that I can keep my terror from increasing so quickly. Alright, low Barnet. Dock here. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and go to Station 3 just because I've never actually been there myself. But at least I know kind of where to go, so it's not going to be that hard, I don't think. Alright, keep going. Avoid the bats, because the bats are not friend. Field tape. Yeah, I need to reach Station 3 for some reason. I'm not sure how exactly that works, but I know I need to. Alright. Oh, that guy yesterday was actually right. Like, I noticed a significant decrease in how much fuel I use when the light's off. Why does a light use so much power? The waves are cluttered with Zerak, like drowned hair drifting. Abbey Rock. Let's see, trade supplies, compile a port report, watch the convent, gain 5 fragments, knock at the iron-studded gates, search the surroundings. I've gained 5 fuel and 5 supplies. Oh, that's useful. That is so useful. I don't need to be so, uptight with my supplies and fuel, because now I know I'm probably going to be able to make it back alive! Possibly. Still a pretty good chance I'm going to die, but you know, that's how the ocean works. The ocean is full of terror and depth.
Hey, ocean's not that about, and so does optimism.
Alright, Fieldhaven. Shepherd's Isle. Compile a port report. There's not much I can do here, but there is something... But that's what I can do. Okay, so we just kind of gotta go on a diagonal here. And hope we don't come across anything that might potentially attempt to murder me. Oh look, something that's going to attempt to murder me. Move out of the range. Move out of the range. Move out of the range. They're about to fire. Leave me alone. Leave me alone, Mr. Pirate Peanuts. I don't want what you're selling. A belch of smoke goes up from the funnel. Well, that would be kind of, concerning if it didn't, because considering we're on a steamboat, no smoke coming out of the smokestack means the boat ain't working. Palmerston's Reach. There is brimstone in the wind. Faustic Corsair. Oh no, I hope they don't want to give us a bargain. Oh, it's even worse up here. Port Palmerston. Mount Palmerston. Let's see. Explore the island. Attack. Gain 94 echoes. Gained 1 terror. Deliver smuggled souls. See. Chat about the port folk. Got a thing. And I've lost 2 supply. That's not good. But hey, I can... Oh, I can't buy supplies here. Oh, never mind. Yes, I can. I'm at least gonna replace what I lost. But yeah, the score of this game is very well done. I absolutely love the music in this game. It's so fun. It just fits the vibe perfectly. Turn out the lights so the boat don't see me. So that I do not get killed. Alright, I kind of want to get the north edge of the map just so that I can get the port report from what's up here. Because it is very useful to have. Ackley's Abyss. Who is Ackley? And why do they get their own abyss? Oh wait, it's right dead center of the map or over there, isn't it? Never mind, I'm heading this way. Get out of the wind so that I can use my full engine. Get out the wind. Get out the wind. Get out the wind, get out the wind, get out the wind. The wind is the enemy. Alright, light on, because if I don't, there's going to be problems here soon. Okay, let's keep going. The Z, Captain. Look at it out there. It's not our friend. Don't forget that. What does he want? What does he seek at Z? The Z is enough. But now you mention it, I've always had a desire to see Frostfound, the place where the Z rises to become a castle, the place where questions and riddles do battle for truth. He sighs dreamily, but he is watching you carefully. Yes, Frostfound. Oh, look, we're nearly there. Dock. See, take tea with the squatters at the dock, we get supplies and fuel. We're keeping the steps for the game of truths, a helpful river fisher explains, as she fills your cup for the third time. Every year, the people of Irem and Wither meet here for... She pauses. Contests. She finishes vaguely. The difference between a question and a riddle. One day someone will prove themselves enough to enter the castle. You spend a pleasant few hours while the tea is supplemented with Aremi liquors, pale white Hern beer, and something the riddle fisher describes blandly as snake cake. They offer you fuel and supplies before you leave. We keep enough to spare, the riddle fisher grins. From time to time, a captain gets lost and comes up here, and we always feel bad for them. Let's see. Create a port report. Allow the sly navigator to examine the tower. He climbs the steps, panting eagerly. This is Z, you see, he calls back. The Z risen to become land. Ice is the soul of the Z. In ice, we find the Z at our most exemplary. And he's off again. You leave him to examine the tower, staring up the battlements, his breath dragon huffing. Only a few minutes later, you glance back and the navigator is gone. You climb the steps to examine the spot where you saw him last. His coat lies in the snow, his footprints at the end of the tower wall. You poke through his coat to find a brass telescope from the Connet, a much annotated chart, tobacco, and an alarming quantity of lice. But the navigator is gone. You never see him again. You now have one revelatory chart and one outlandish artifact. Engage an officer, the tireless mechanic. The tireless mechanic has had enough of Frostbound. He smiles at you over his spectacles, Chief Catling. So glad to see a ship at last. Ready to offer my services. I'm an engineer. Finest you'll ever hire. Treat engines like my own children. Not that I have children. Too busy. Usually busy. Welcome aboard. Spot of rust, soon see to that. You there, help me with this spot of rust. Alright, officers. First off, let's... Engineer. Speak to. Alright, let's get going back to jolly old London. Oh wait, didn't I have a place I needed to go in the... C. Then favors the Admiralty, Blind Advisor, Rose Market, Time of Healer. Have you ever played Fallen? I have, in fact. C. Principles of Coral, somewhere in the northeast. Do I even have Principles of Coral? No, I don't. But yes, Royce, I have, in fact, played Fallen London. It's a very interesting setting. To me, it plays kind of like those old Facebook games. You know, the ones where it's like you'd have a limited number of energy you could spend per day and you'd wait for it to recharge, or you could buy more of like an item. I mean, you can do that in Vault London, but it's very fun. It's very story-based. I actually kind of miss those Facebook games because, I mean, they were at least interesting. Like, there was a superhero one, there was a mafia one, there was a bunch of them. And they usually had stories. And for me, like, that is a lot of what I look for in games. The Mafia one I played the shit out of. Yeah. Me, I was 14 and did not have my own computer, so my ability to play them was limited, but I was interested. But yeah, I remember those. High school. I did go to high school. Oh, I was also 14-ish and did have my own laptop. Lucky. I did go to high school. Calvin, 2025. But yes, so the reason why Mrs. Cawthorn jokes that I didn't go to high school was because I did independent study for high school, so I was most of the time at my home doing homework rather than at school. It was nice, it kind of allowed me to do it at my own pace. I actually graduated a semester early because of it, but yeah, that's why Mrs. Cawthorn's like all the time, you didn't go to high school, and I was like, yes I did. I have a diploma, I'll have you know. No. They had one, I just didn't go. Let's see. I need to lower terror, so that's what I'm doing. But yeah, I was bullied pretty severely in middle school, so that's why, like... But yeah, I was bullied a lot in middle school, and I felt like that was kind of a good fit, which is why I went to independent study when I was in my high school age. Though to be fair, I don't think, to my knowledge, most people I know did not have a good time of middle school. Like, was middle school a good time for anyone? I don't think so. Alright. Souls delivered. Accept payment. You need to cover costs, after all. 5. Fuel. Alright, I need to pick something up from Polythreme in the Sea of Voices. I liked it a bit. Yeah, I guess so, but like, most people I've known did not have a good time in middle school. It just was not a good time for anyone involved. See, dry dock. Let's see. Let's see, go to the Admiralty Yards. Get my ship fixed. Cause my boat don't run on unicorns. Admiralty Survey Office, I have quite a few and a fairly valuable ones. Submit as unsubstantiated hearsay. Hunter's Keep. Mount Palmerston. Abbey Rock. Frost Found. Strategic information. Pass on the strategic information. Let's see. Submit a revelatory chart. Let's find out if it's real. He scrutinizes the chart minutely through a lens. He doesn't, you notice, remove his dark spectacles. It passes muster. The usual fee applies. You've lost one revelatory chart. Alright, we got a bit of money. How much room do we have in the hold? We can afford quite a few more fuel and quite a few more supplies. And one more of each means we're not about to die. Oh, devil bone dice. I can sell those. Sell the devil bone dice. Which means I can hold one more fuel, which is what I go through more. Oh, I just had a real good stretch. Alright, we got a lot of money. We need to go to somewhere in Polythreme. Let's see, your lodgings. Read the morning paper. You've lost one terror. Rest in a room above the blind helmsman. Let's see, back to the rest of the city. hire on more crew. See, a new recruit. Who awaits you? Brisk campaigner. Ho, you! You need a real physician, none of your surgeons. The brisk campaigner is a skilled doctor who increases hearts and iron. Engage an officer. The haunted doctor. Please, I must leave this place. I can work my passage. I'm a doctor. I like you. A haunted doctor is the best kind of doctor. See, hire on more crew. Let's see. Ernest learned prone to jump at loud noises. He is soft voice, courteous, rarely makes eye contact, but often stares at other people's eyes from afar. He looks up from a wounded sailor. Ask about his medical career. He looks up from a wounded sailor. No, I mustn't, no. I've no stories you would wish to hear. Unless, would that be Z Trout? The doctor pushes more food around his plate than he puts into his mouth, and what he eats, he chews until all the taste has been squeezed out. Between bites, he sips only water, evading all questions where opinion is sought. It is only when the subject turns to his trade that something flickers inside him. Old memories of pain and pride. I fear it was my training that let me see the world for what it was. Its corpus infested with malignancies, with human faces. How could I dare face Hippocrates in the hereafter if I just stood by and did nothing? Nothing! His eye meets yours for the first time. Fierce. Damned. If 2 drops of medicine can cure the body, could 2 drops of poison cure the world? For a moment, it actually seemed that easy. The fire fades. He pushes back his chair. Pardon me, my lord. I fear I've had my fill for today. Let's see what this dude has to say. Let's see. Invite him to dine with you. His tastes are Spartan. He eats little, drinks only water, barely sleeps at all. So you need only lay a simple table. Thanks for the meal and the company. No wine. It makes me sleepy. Oh yes, I can sleep. Too easily. That's the problem. He hesitates. There's a draught I take nightly to substitute for sleep. It works well enough and it keeps me sane and upright, but I wish I could enjoy just one night's sleep, if you could help me. We need a clayman from Poly3. We'll need a mirror catch box, and we'll need to go to Hunter's Keep. I'll explain when we get there. No, I'm serious. I would owe you a great deal. Take a clayman and an empty mirror catch box to Hunter's Keep. Can I buy that? Mirror catch box, is that a thing I can buy? Doesn't look like it. But I'm going to buy supplies to replace the ones I lost. Alright, let's keep going, shall we? I believe if we make it to Poly3, we will, we will make it. We'll have made pretty good progress for today. Considering Poly3 is where Mr. Criminal Guy wants us to go. And it's also where, Mr. Engineering Guy wants us to go. But also, did he say he takes a drink to replace sleep? Can I have that? I want that. Also, Royce, I'm glad you had a good experience in middle school. It's just a lot of the people I knew didn't. Alright, keep going. Keep going. Let's see, fed the crew. Do the careful thing. Because if their fear is down, they're less likely to be angry with me. Alright, the dubious Maelstrom. Oh, Dubois. Dubois Maelstrom. Oh. Keeping away from you. Turn the light off. Cause shark is not friend. Go into the whirlpool, Sharky. Go into the whirlpool. Did I find the Corsair's forest after all this time? An electric shivered to the air. A storm is watching. Warvendo's pillar. Can I dock here? Can I dock here? It doesn't look like it. Let's see. Stalagmites loom in the distance like the cranes of Olstack docks, but are vaster. The Corsair's forest lookouts are watchful. So here there be pirates. Alright, the Terror of the Z is less here. But hey, there's a place I can dock even. At last I found it. Unfortunately, it's about a playthrough too late. Alright, dock here. Gator's Mourn. The Mourn is a stalagmite as vast as a crag, and its foot has no safe harbors. The Corsair's citadel nestles halfway up. An intricate system of winches takes the strain, and your ship rises slowly from the Z. Her hull creaks in protest. Grizzled sailors groan and cling to stanchions. Higher, higher. Now the undersea shimmers like glass below. Children clambering in crevices cheer and wave alarmingly. The winch motor slows and you hang in a cradle next to a red-bowed pirate cutter. Explore the Mourn. What is it with these people in riddles? See, another afternoon at Errant Limpet. Overhear rumors of a pirate poet. Landlubbers fear pirates. Pirates fear the poet. Lies, nonsense, and glimmers. Some say she's a clayman who freed herself with the power of verse. Possible. Others insist she's the personal muse of the king with the 100 hearts. Unlikely. One claims she sails on a living ship made of the still screaming skulls of her victims. More sorrower voices mutter that no, it's just an Alcaeus-class vessel. Whatever truths, few have ever fought her and survived to tell the tale. Only the bravest of captains risk the lonely parts of the Z where her flag is said to fly. Gather intelligence. Gator's Mourn swarms with pirates, smugglers, and captains of uncertain allegiance. You could learn a lot here, but you'll need to go carefully. In caution. A steaming bathhouse on a spur of rock. Water slops over the edge of tubs, out over the edge to join the Z far below. Scarred captains boast drunkenly of the prizes they've taken, and the victims they've marked out. You listen from the shadows. Interesting. Alright, now let's get out of here. I'm betting Polythreme's not all that far from Mount Palmerston, so I bet if I head up here I'll find it. Calvin Cawthorne II is so far being far more successful than Calvin Cawthorne I. What Calvin Cawthorne I die to? Bats. I hear maybe Cawthorne chirping out there. Here lies the slate black sea is rippled like glass. Oh. Okay, bat swarm dead. Bat swarm dead means safety for me. And we will gather the bodies to get supplies. Gather up the corpses into the pot. Because that is the wise thing to do, because supplies are usually the thing I have less of. Alright, how close are we to that other port? I don't think we're that far. Keep going. Keep going, because we're nearly there. Doo-doo. Doo-doo. See, we're going to want to head straight up. This is a dock that's going to be under the sea, isn't it? Because I don't see any land. Palmerston's Reach, there is brimstone on the wind. Yeah, there's nowhere to dock here. Guess we'll continue on, eastward. Fed the crew. Always important to feed your crew. Much like feeding your colt, which I have a little bit of a experience with forgetting to do. That old Fury. A sailor has run mad. She roams the ship cudgel in hand. Smashing comrades to the deck, she cries, "He is angry! Oh, he is angry!" Let's see, capture her alive, talk her down, or shoot her dead. Talk her down. Shh. Your soft words convince her to lay down her weapon. She stands staring about her, crying like a child until you lead her away. She sleeps for a day and a night and wakes somewhat recovered. Nothing can be done for her victim. See, I know that's the Mount Palmerston theme, so... Keep going. Keep going. We'll find something eventually. We have to. I believe Polythreme is northeast. The question is, where is it? Let's see. Scattering and chittering in the corners of the hold. Ratsy air emboldens vermin. Turn off the light. Distant bells. All clear. Lights. Nuncio. Ah, found a place. Discovered Nuncio. Oh, look, a boat. That's not good. Alright. Docking here. Nuncio. Taciturn functionaries walk the docks in the uniforms of postmen. An enormous crowned statue casts a chilling shadow. The shadows gleam with rat eyes. Their ceaseless chittering rolls like the tide. Assemble a port report. There's a statue in the middle of the island. That's hard to miss. There's the way everyone wears a uniform and the way they call each other by their ranks in their postal service. And there's the way the port authorities refer to regulation. There's the jargon, the curious habit of referring to any used-up thing as cancelled, as though the whole world were made of stamps. You write about vestigial bureaucracy and about trappings of order retained far from home. You've gained a port report. Nuncio. Explore along the beach. Rescue a squashy parcel. Assist the man holding the broom. In the long term, what you are doing won't make the slightest bit of difference. Every sodden bit of paper you fling out to sea will come back in a few hours. But for now, you manage to clear a little patch of shore, a few feet on each side. The stones are bare, as they should be. Your companion turns his head towards the sound of your work and gives you a little nod. You've learned. Nuncio learned in his postal secrets quality is now 1, aware of flotsam and jetsam. You now have newcomer in Nuncio, cultivating friendships with postmen. You've lost 5 terror. Back to the docks. Go to the postman's tavern. Warmer inside than it looks. The Inky Blotter, it's called. The sign doesn't look like much. Let's see. Listen in on postal tall tales. Fishermen brag about fish that got away. Postmen brag about hard deliveries. Amazing what you can get for a penny stamp. Delicate bottles. Lowered down chimneys on a rope. Do not fold under any circumstance letters curled through a narrow slot. Rattling, groaning crates brought back to the same address every day for 22 days, running. The windows they pried open. The servants they bribed. The delivery surcharges they paid out their own salaries just to get rid of one more packet. It's hard to tell which they hate more, the senders of mail or the recipients. Stands to reason if the message was a welcome one, they'd tell the other fellow in person, reflects the hairless postwoman. Ask how they occupy themselves all day. Big building, center of town, hard to miss. You can work there too if you want. It's not clear whether this is a generous offer or a threat. Try a shift at the dead letter office. Blunt Thomas takes you around the office. A small collection room where those retrieving letters may state their business. A much larger set of back offices where newly arrived letters and parcels are collected and sorted. A dank, briny smell that never goes away. Presumably because so many of the parcels spent time in the water before they arrived here. In the back room is a machine manned, ratted, by a postal rat. A rat is Faber in a pinstriped hat. It shovels sludge-damp letters into the machine's hopper, so they come out dried, cleaned, pressed, and sorted into slots by size and quality of paper. Converse with the postal rat. The postal rat has a pair of spectacles on and is re-lettering the front of a water-damaged envelope, working over the original letters with a tiny brush and ink pot. The repairs are likely to take most of the afternoon. I like to think of myself as being in the resurrection business, he said, stopping to look at you seriously for a moment. Where circumstances permit, taking the dead letters and making them alive again. Doesn't often work, but when it does, a miracle. End your shift. All right. Do I dare leave? Well, we're going to try to reach one more place before we cut it for the evening. Finknuddle Vortex. Turn the light off. Because that rat barge is going to make mincemeat of me if I don't. So, is that rat barge just constantly in the vortex? Feels like it is. Alright. We will dock at whatever place is next. Oh. This is the right place. Unfinished pirate. Yeah, this is definitely the place. Alright. Let's see. See, Tides of Appetite. We're definitely near Polythreme. Question is, where is it from here? Oh, here it is. Polythreme. Exactly where we were trying to go. I knew it'd be out here. So the thing about Polythreme in this game is everything in it is alive. And I mean everything. All right. Polythreme. Here is screaming. A taciturn clayman. Evasive clothes colonies, walking like humans, cobbles that groan underfoot, on the hills above a palace villa of marble, but even that writhes like buried bones in an earthquake. Gather intelligence. What news of Polythreme? The king with 100 hearts rules from his palace above the city. He is never seen. He makes no treaties with other lands. But there's unrest in the air. The claymen you speak to are obedient and humble, but they speak nervously of those who are not. The maimed, the rebellious, the unfinished. Let's see. Collect... I want to go fast. Delulu. Well, I'm not sure if this is a game for you then, but you're welcome. Welcome in. Alright, collect the Cheeryman's cargo. A great temple has been wounded. It will be years in the dying. It groans and shivers, and the claymen avoid the place out of fear and respect. But you meet one of their number in the shattered chamber where an altar once stood. The clayman swallows the coin in handsfuls. For safety, not out of appetite, you assume. And hands you a crate of whispering souls. Human? The souls back home are all but silent. Perhaps these are the souls of chairs, hats, swords? That's Polythreme for you. Return to the Blind Bruiser in London. Don't lose your cargo. But welcome in, D. Lulu. Hope you're having a good day. Let's see. Carry Clayman to London. How much space do I have? I do actually have the space needed. We are clay. We will work. We will only work. This trio of clay stokers will reduce crew requirements, but also crew capacity and will slightly increase engine power. They are fitted to an auxiliary slot when they are not in use. The game is dope if you get the suppressor and boost non-stop. Thank you for letting me know! But I'm actually trying to work on the quest from, what is it? The engineer. But yes, I agree. This game is awesome. I loved playing it, especially in college. Alright, take Clayman to London. Because money. Shore leave. Lost 30 echoes. Drink beer that wails from cups that sob. If you like that sort of thing, Polythreme is an expensive place to reduce terror. It's not part of a quest. 900 echoes in London. Oh, gotcha. Okay. I'll keep that in mind next time I play this, because rest assured, I will be returning to this game, but we're actually getting ready to close out for the night. Alright. Since we have reached Polythreme, we are going to save for now. Manual save. Save as Cawthorn. Alright. And we are going to exit to desktop. Thank you everyone for joining me. We're just going to go over a few announcements back in my just chatting screen, and then we're going to raid out for the evening. So, I hope everyone had fun with Sunless Sea tonight. I know I did, but that's because I enjoy the game. But as I was saying before, well, as I was saying earlier, my text-to-speech bot is now working again. So, if you look in Point Redeems, that's there. I finally got that working again after an update of BikuBot, so you can now mess with me through the bird as well. And the Corvid Crunchies redeems also fixed, because that also went through BikuBot. This Friday, we are playing... What was it? Oh, yes, Buckshot Roulette, just because that's kind of been making the rounds in the VTuber community a while ago. I'm definitely late to the party on that one. And tomorrow at about 10 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time, which is the time zone I'm in, that is going to be when a YouTube video of mine releases, which is going to be me making cosmic brownies. Or at least attempting to. So look forward to that if you follow me on the YouTube side of things. That's going to be under... I'll link that here in case you want to subscribe. You definitely do not have to. And what else is there? Yes, I am running my unfinished business poll on Discord and my Discord and other social sites. So if you want to participate in that, you definitely can. It will be open until the end of this week, and next Tuesday will be when it is announced. I believe that is everything as far as raids. We are going to be raiding out to Honey Grimoire, who is playing Mario Kart currently, so I will send you her way. There we go. Thank you everyone so much for watching this evening, and as always, remember, at Corvid Communications, we won't leave you eating crow. Have a good night.